Another thing that's really gone down the drain is the clothing and the style of people. If you look at the best clothes were from the 30s and the 40s. In my opinion, after the 1940s, fashion died. Fashion died a long time ago. Fashion died decades ago. Now look at some of these clothes from the past. Now this is style. The top hat, the trench coat or overcoat, the pants, the boots, the shoes. Now this is style. This is the pinnacle of style. You can't get any better than this. And if you look at the clothes that some of these people wear nowadays, with torn shorts and pants, it looks like they've been attacked by a wild animal. Now this is women's clothing from the past. You know, clothing is supposed to distinguish men from women. That's one of the points. There must be a difference between the two, so they're not fused together, so they're not mistaken together. Now these are clothes. Gentleman's wardrobe, gentleman's attire. 19th century, the best clothes were from the 19th century and from the 30s and 40s. Look at this. Everyone looks like they're dressed like a multimillionaire. Everyone looks like a multimillionaire. Everyone has coats and hats. Look at these people, they all look like millionaires. Almost everyone wore a hat back then. I like hats. Hats for me are an ultimate symbol of power and prestige. And sophistication. Top hats or pork pie hats are my favorites. The ones that look like discs. Style like this is gone, and it won't come back. It's all gone. People didn't know how good they had it in the clothing department. There are people nowadays running around in shopping malls or in the store in their pajamas. You won't see anything like this anymore. Also, the clothing that people wear reflects their values. And the values of people are also reflected by their clothing. And this was deliberately changed. Clothing makes the person. The thing is, all this change is deliberate. This world changes because there's no truth in it. The Christian God does not change. The Bible does not change. The 10 biblical commandments don't change. This world keeps changing. This world keeps changing because there's no truth in it. That's why it changes. Also, the values of people and the style of people is directly related to the monetary system. If you create a monetary system that keeps degrading in value over time, you also create a group of people that also degrade morally and culturally over time. This is the pinnacle of fashion in gentlemen's attire. There are ideal clothes for men and ideal clothes for women. People made a big mistake changing all this. And you can see that the changing of the clothing also changed the way people behave. What you wear is what you are, and what you are is what you wear, because you will not wear anything that's not connected to who you are. What you wear express who you are, and who you are is expressed in what you wear. I like this one in blue. I'll tell you which ones I like. Also this one, the third one. The female faces are drawn so perfectly and so cutely. These are shower clothes or nightgowns. I like this one on the right, the third one. The clothing. I like this one, the second one, on the left, and the fourth one on the right. I like these long pants that are so wide on the bottom. That was typical in the 70s. I like this one on the far right. Look at that clothing. This is 60s, I believe, yes. I like this one in the middle. And this one here at the bottom. I like swimsuits that are one piece. I prefer it to be a one piece instead of being separated. I like these clothes on the right. I like this blue one. As the culture keeps degrading, so does people's morals and fashion and tastes. Some people look back at the past, at some of the things from the past, like the clothing, and wonder, how did it get this way now? How did it get this bad? How did it become this bad? Well, it was planned. In order to get to the final grand deception at the end times, you have to create a bunch of people whose morals are almost non-existent and whose style is revolting. And with every next group of people, things are going to get worse and worse and weirder and more bizarre until we get to that final generation, which is here or almost here. and the degradation of culture and style is an indicator that we're moving towards the end. Things have to become so bad and so bizarre before the end comes. And this must be done gradually, century after century, with each person, physically and psychologically and emotionally and spiritually and morally.